Should you ever rent in retirement? Real estate and home ownership is a sacred cow for most Canadians. It's almost automatically assumed that owning is the best housing decision, whether or not you're retired. In fact, when you look up arguments for and against renting, it's often becoming a retirement calculation. What if you rent and invest the difference instead? What you pay as a homeowner may be more than you would as a renter, and the difference that you keep, that becomes a larger net worth when you retire. But let's assume you're already 65 and you are trying to figure out if you can retire. Does your home ownership play in a factor? Does it make sense for you to sell your home and rent? I'll go over 9 quick points to walk you through why home ownership or maintaining home ownership isn't always the best idea. Hey, I'm Hervin Casa. I'm a certified financial planner, and in this channel, we teach you how to retire with more control. I really want you to be your own money hero in retirement. If you find this valuable at all, please give us a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm distribute and get other people to discover us. The first reason why renting might actually give you more of an edge is flexibility and mobility. Renting provides retirees with greater flexibility and mobility. Without the commitment of home ownership, retirees can easily relocate to be closer to family, friends, or better healthcare facilities. This flexibility allows you to adapt to a changing circumstance without the hassle of selling a property. Whether you want to spend a few years in a different city or move to a warmer climate during the winter months, renting makes it easy to explore new living environments. Number 2 is lower maintenance responsibilities. Home ownership comes with significant maintenance responsibilities. From mowing the lawn to fixing leaks and maintaining the roof, renting shifts these responsibilities to the landlord or the property management company. This can be significant relief for retirees who may or may not have the physical ability or desire to handle maintenance tasks anymore. Knowing that any issues will be taken care of by someone else allows you to focus on enjoying your retirement. Number 3, renting offers predictable monthly renting or living expenses. This can be crucial for retirees on a fixed income. Home ownership involves various unpredictable costs such as property taxes, maintenance, and repairs. Renting, on the other hand, consolidates all of your housing expenses into a single monthly payment, making it easier to budget and to plan your finances. This predictability can provide you peace of mind and financial stability in retirement. However, there is a caveat to that. You might have month-to-month stability, but long-term, this is where home ownership really needs to be considered. So be sure to watch our follow-up video explaining why I personally would still prefer to be a homeowner in retirement. The 4th reason to consider renting in retirement is having access to amenities. Many rental communities, especially those designed for retirees, offer a range of amenities that can enhance your quality of life. These may include fitness centers, swimming pools, and social clubs. And you know what? Some of them even have planned activities. It's becoming more and more common for there to be a woodworking area for some of these plus 55 rental facilities. This access to the additional amenities without the need for additional investments can make renting a very attractive option for you if you're looking to stay active and to stay engaged. This social activity can also help you combat loneliness and further foster mental cognition long into your retirement. The 5th reason to consider renting in retirement is no long-term commitments, or at least manageable term of commitments. Renting allows you to avoid long-term commitments associated with home ownership. This is particularly important for those who's uncertain about their future living arrangements or those who want to avoid the stress of selling a home later in life. Consider this. Every time a client asks me whether it makes sense for them to finally buy, I ask them, are you going to be staying in this place for at least 5 to 7 years? Unless you're in a crazy upmarket or a crazy blip as far as values are concerned, that's typically the break-even point, because selling your home, there's a lot of transaction fees involved. So unless you're holding it for that long, it doesn't really make sense to buy a home. Short-term leases or month-to-month rental agreements provide you the freedom to make changes as you need without the financial and the emotional burden of selling your home. The sixth reason why renting makes sense is the preservation of capital. Let's say you sold your home today. By choosing to rent instead of buying, you can decide to preserve the funds that otherwise would have gone into the down payment or to purchase your new home outright. This can then be invested or used for other purposes. This preserved capital can generate income, cover living expenses, or fund travel and leisure activities that you are planning to go and undertake in retirement. Having available funds that are liquid provides you with flexibility and security to actually say yes to the things that cost quite a bit of money, but you've been deferring for your whole life, and you're saying, I'll do that when I retire. The seventh reason to rent versus buy is you might be looking for protection from market volatility in real estate. This requires a little bit more attention from you. See, the value of real estate does fluctuate. It doesn't feel like that because of what we've been experiencing in Canada, where you can never go wrong. It seems like it's always going to be going up. But home values, in fact, do fluctuate significantly. And in downturns, the market can be so severe, it can be so bad that you're losing tens of thousands of dollars in your net worth. And it's even worse if you actually need to access capital and your property is down significantly. Many of you are entering retirement where 50, 60% or more of your net worth is tied into a single building. A market crash in real estate can result in a substantial financial loss for homeowners. Renters, on the other hand, are shielded from this because not as much of their net worth is tied into a single property. They don't have to worry about their property losing value or the challenges of selling a home in a down market. This is commonly neglected, but another benefit of renting is it could actually provide simplified estate planning. Renting can simplify estate planning in this way. Homeownership involves various legal and financial considerations when you're transferring property to your children. Renting eliminates these complexities, making it easier to manage and distribute your assets. This simplicity can be especially beneficial for retirees who wish to avoid potential disputes. Because here's the thing, I've seen this happen where one of your kids wants to keep the property. So how do they then pay their siblings for the difference, right? Like if it's $1 million home that you're leaving behind to two kids, one wants to keep it, the other wants to sell and just get the cash, how do they equalize this? This could result in disputes or complications, where on the other hand, if you, let's say, sold your property at some point and now you're just keeping the capital around, you can create accounts where you designate specific beneficiaries to the fixed dollar amounts. This simplifies the disputes and reduces the complexities because you can assign specific beneficiaries to these amounts instead of one title that they then have to split or sell. The ninth reason for renting is it's just about affordability. One way this is actually cheaper is reduced insurance. Renters generally face lower insurance costs compared to homeowners. Homeowners must purchase homeowners insurance, which covers the structure of the home and the liability around it. Renters, on the other hand, only need tenants insurance, which covers some of their possession and provides some liability insurance. This is typically not even half the cost of paying for full homeowners insurance. So that's a significant savings. This is what you really need to know. While homeownership has its benefits, renting does offer numerous advantages for retirees as well, including flexibility, reduced maintenance, reduced responsibilities, and predictable expenses, and access to amenities that you otherwise would have to pay for separately if you owned your home, especially if you lived in a single detached home. You likely won't have access to a lot of these amenities. You don't have a long-term commitment. You can then take advantage of preservation of your capital and just keep it as liquid as possible. Certainly much more liquid than the value of your home. We've also talked about protecting your net worth and your financial standing because not as much of your wealth is tied into a single property. It forces you to diversify. There's also the reduced insurance costs. Considering these factors, you can now look at renting a little bit more objectively instead of just treating it as a bad idea without even looking at other factors. I believe in having informed decisions that align with your lifestyle and your financial goals. You need to take ownership and have full information when making these calls for your life. They're significant. You can't just be taking this off of rules of thumb. However, you need to take this a little bit further, and here's what you need to understand. Your housing decision can vary depending on the season of your life in your retirement. One period, particularly early in your retirement, when you're transitioning from your career to the next fun phase, you may value flexibility more than if you were much later in your retirement. So maybe you rent strictly to test for home ownership in your new city. It's a lot more expensive to sell your home than to break a lease. So don't ever take any of these as the best answer forever. It might make sense for you to rent for now, buy later, or buy for now, and then to simplify your estate, you might sell and then decide to rent. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please subscribe and turn on the notifications. For more information on the benefits of owning your own home in retirement, check out this video right here. 9 reasons, so countering this, 9 reasons to own versus to rent your home in retirement. This is Hervin. Thanks again for watching.